welcome to another episode of the Punjabi Villans podcast. We've had a little bit of a hiatus, but with the season starting again, now is the perfect time to kick off again. I'm Randeep, and I'm joined by my co-host today, Jaggers and Lakh. Boys, how we doing?
Hi, nice to meet you all.
Yeah, good man, good bros, good.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about, obviously, Jack Grealish, obviously being big topic this week. Talking about new signings, expectations for season, and any other business. We'll be talking about that too. So let's jump into it. Jack Grealish, boys, he's been with the club 19 years, I think it was. Been at Villa since 6. Been our key player for the last few seasons. Obviously, we knew the boy is special. I think the whole world has only just got to know that during this past summer. So, Jaggers, let's start off with you. What do you think of Jack Grealish leaving?
Well, like any other Villa fan, bro, I'm gonna be gutted, you know what I mean? It was one of those. I mean, I can't say I wasn't surprised. Yeah, it's been on the cards for a while now, hasn't it? You know, every last couple of seasons, you hear the rumor mill spinning like, oh, Jack's going here, Jack's going there, you know. But it was just like, he's never going to leave, you know. He's Villa through and through, you know. That was me, you know. That's how I felt, you know. He's one of our own, you know. He ain't going nowhere, man. You know, he's gonna see it through. He's gonna be one of those like Scholesy, Totti, Giggsy, you know. He's gonna be one of those legends for us, but. You know, that was my opinion, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you know, 100 mil's 100 mil, you know. Listen, let's say 2-3 years ago, who would have thought, you know what I mean, 100 mil for Jack Grealish? Yeah, Villa fans would have classed him as what's the word? You know, it's a priceless, you know what I mean? He's one of those players for us that was like that, but it's still a blow, you know what I mean? I know there's a lot of bit.
I'll stop you 1 second, right? You said prices. Every player's got a price. His price is 100 million. As a club, we would be stupid to turn it down.
Yeah.
For me personally, right, he got his move, but he's helped the club growth. We're going to go to another level with that kind of money being pumped back into the team. It's a lot of money. You couldn't turn it down. Honestly, I was one of the lads who's saying take the 100 million.
So
you can't refuse that kind of money.
So like you weren't gutted at all?
Obviously, I was gutted. As I said, we all gutted. Every Villa fan out there was gutted. None of us wanted to leave. I personally thought it would give us another season. But as you ever got to see that you can't refuse that kind of money. We look at it.
You're right.
You know, the team's only going to get better. We've got that money still to spend to the team.
Yeah. You know, listen, at the end of the day, I don't know whether you guys seen it. I'm sure you did. You know, that Christian Purslow statement.
Yeah. Really good statement, by the way.
Really good. Really good. You know, at the end of the day, he kind of said it all. You know, they try to keep him. He wanted to be a Villa player, but at the end of the day, he wanted to play Champions League football. And he's 25 years old. Realistically, when will Villa be playing in the Champions League? You know, this is what you got to consider. You know, if you know, as die-hard fans, we would say, as optimistic die-hard fans would say, this season. You know, we're going to qualify top 4. You know, so forth. But realistically, you know, you got to put everything into the equation with all of the top teams in the Premier League. You know, it's going to take us a couple of seasons, isn't it, to get to that level? At least a couple of seasons. So,
within 5 years, we want to be challenging for Champions League and title within the 5 years. That's what I've looked to. I'd say from now, 5 years from now, we've had our 2 seasons in the Premier League. But 5 years from now, we want to be there challenging, where we're in a position where we can challenge, like the Leicesters and the Tottenhams that are pushing on. That's where we want to be. We want to overtake the Leicesters and the Tottenhams. That's what we should be looking to aim at now.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, you know Leicester. Yeah, when people talk about Leicester, that for me was like a once in a blue moon situation. I don't like using the word blue moon because it's associated to Manchester City, but on this occasion, I use it. So it's it was one of those situations where it's rarely going to happen, and for them, winning the Premier League is kind of it's like a catalyst for them to keep continuing now. To otherwise, if they weren't there, they would have still been a mid-table club. I'm going to be honest. For them to do it in a one-off season has kind of provided them that foundation now to continue to try to achieve those heights and try to reach for the top four season in season out. But let's go back to Jack Grealish. For me, has he made the right choice? That's what you got to ask. And I think majority of Villa fans will probably say he hasn't made the right choice. Maybe he has, but in I think out of all three of us, there's going to be one of us that probably says he's made the right choice, and two of us probably say he hasn't made the right choice.
I definitely don't think he has.
You don't think he has?
No, I don't think.
I don't think he has.
I don't think he has at all. I think he's going to really feel that personally. People say Pep will make him the better player, but you've got to play regular football, consistent football. Man City's one-touch football. He's a player who will carry the ball, wants to beat 2 or 3 players. Will listen to that system? I don't think he will.
Definitely won't.
Yeah, I think I said this last season. I didn't expect him to go Man City. I think the way they play football, they love their, the Barcelona type of tiki taka. Passing here, passing there. It doesn't suit a player like Jack Grealish. He likes to hold on to the ball. He likes to draw in players. He's not a. Sorry, Glad.
He's more a Chelsea type player. If that football.
Honestly, you say Chelsea. Honestly, though, going back to the history and everything, I thought he would have gone United.
Yeah,
going back to his
United more than any other team, but
yeah. Hey, listen, whatever it is, what it is. For me, the way I see it is he is a good servant for Villa. He's done his bit. He got us up to not him alone, but he obviously did his bit to get us up to the Premier League. He stayed when he could have gone to Tottenham for 3 million. You know what I mean?
Imagine where we'd be right now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, you know what I'm saying? He did his bit for us, man. He kept us up. He's the one that got the goal against West Ham, remember? A few seasons back to keep us up. So, fair play to him, man. Fair play to him. He if he wants to go, it's down to the player, right? I don't really want a player at Villa that doesn't want to stay at Villa.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the club wanted him to stay, but they put £100 million tag on his head, and his ambitions was the Champions League, and a Champions League team came in for him, and they met that £100 million tag, which, hey, look, who would have thought that anyone would have bid £100 million for Jack Grealish? No one would have thought that, but someone did out there, and they did it.
It's the money, that kind of money as a club. I don't think there's no club out there that could have refused that kind of offer. I don't care who you are. I mean, look, Inter Milan, they've just sold Lukaku, 98 million. You can't turn that kind of money down as a club because the club will grow and build.
But the thing is, though, the whole team was kind of built around him. So 100 million, it is a lot of money, and it's great money. It's a great bit of business, I think, personally. But 100 million, when you're trying to keep on to your star player, is something do you really listen to? And I think that's why it always came down to Jack Grealish's decision. I don't think the board really wanted to entertain it.
You're right.
For me, I still don't understand his decision. Yes, he wants to play Champions League football, but he's 25. He's 25. He's not like 28 when Gareth Barry left. You could understand. What more could he do at Villa? He's 28, getting to his peak of his career. Okay, go play Champions League football. Fair enough. But Jack, I really did think he would give us one more season. I didn't really get his thinking. If you look at our board, we've got super ambitious board. The money's not a problem. The fact that we were willing to match Man City's money, in terms of salary, or even beat it. Some rumors even said, just shows the ambition. Okay, we're not playing Champions League now, but we certainly would have been progressing there, because we're not shying cash anymore. They've been very smart the way they've done their business. I just don't really get Jack Grealish's decision. The fact that his whole family is Villa through and through. I think it was his great granddad used to play for Villa. Really don't understand his decision. If he's 28, I could understand, but he's only 25. But like we've been saying, 100 million is still great. We can definitely grasp a lot of players with that.
Yeah. I mean, for me, the reason I would say he made that decision, I think the offer came in at a wrong time. And when I say a wrong time for Villa, a wrong time for Villa fans, but probably the right time for Jack, because it was the Euros. He got selected for England. He's around some of these Man City players. He's not getting a squeeze for England. He's not getting a squeeze for England.
Obviously, that was inevitable. Being around 4 or 5 of them City players, they've been drilling you. Said, "Come on, City."
Yeah. They probably said to him, "Look, Jack, if you was playing for City, you'd be getting a starting spot in the England team." And Gareth Southgate. I'm not going to say what I think of him, but at the end of the day, look. At the end of the day, he's a weasel, man. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, full stop, man. The guy, He's probably said it to Jack himself. If you're not going to play for a bigger team, a bigger club, I'm not going to be starting you. You know what I'm trying to say?
You're probably right. You are probably right.
And these are the things. He's been around them guys for a few months, a few weeks now, and he's probably thinking, for me to get to that next level, for me to be starting for England, and possibly even, the team revolving around me. There's going to be a lot of things said, no matter what, man. Jack's. Look, I don't like talking about mans like this, but he's not the sharpest tool in the box, eh? So you can influence these kind of mans. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's easy to influence these kind of mans, and that So sorry, Jack. You're not a Villa player no more. I'm trying to say. So I can say these things. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. So his head's been turned. Oh, this last summer, his head's been turned, bro, and that's the reason why he's left. That's the reason why he's left. Honestly, in my opinion, that's the reason why he's gone, man. That's why I think.
Got into him by saying the Champions League, you play this and that, you play regular, you play for England. It's got too many. He's actually they've been together for months, day in, day out. There's nothing else to do on the topic. Come on, you come into it, you come to it. You know what I mean? Come on. It was inevitable, but I said they've done a good bit of business. But the only downside for me is when this started last year, personal statement, this started last year, and Jack come out saying, if the Champions League club comes calling for him, I want a release clause. Why didn't they set the price a little bit higher? Knowing that a club like afford 100 million quite easily.
You know what it is like. You know what it is for me. What it is for me, it's what's the British transfer record? So what they've done is no one's ever paid £100 million for a player in Britain. Let's put it out £100 million. Who the heck's going to pay £100 million for Jack Grealish?
That's what they thought.
This was over 12 months ago. What's happened in the last 12 months is Jack's bloody his worth. You know what I mean? He smashed it for Villa in the last 12 months. He's got some England appearances. He smashed it for England, got a few man of the matches, and people have been like, the country's gone mad for Jack. The country's gone mad, and they thought, why 100 million?
Between me and you, I had an Albion fan during the Euros texting me and saying, I've never watched him play, obviously, for the Villa, because he obviously don't like the Villa, but he actually rated him playing for England. And I was like, I actually respect you for actually coming out and saying that to me. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to expect it, but everybody was raving about him. Everybody was.
Yeah. I've had a few Albion fans say the same to me, to be fair, and that's the other thing, eh? You know what I mean? The few people that I do feel sorry for are the Albion, the Blues, and the Wolves fans. Who are they going to abuse now? You know, now that Jack's gone, they got no more ammunition, man. They gotta be more creative now. They can't be using that same.
It's gonna be Dean Smith instead now.
You know, they can't be using that same old bloody Jack Survivor, this and that. Oh, that's the way. That's the reason why you win. Oh man.
Well, talking about money, let's talk about the transfers done so far. You know, so far 5 new signings. Let's start off with Ashley Young. It's great to see him back at the club. I was a massive Ashley Young fan. Boys, how do you think he's going to do, and what's your kind of feeling on Ashley Young coming back?
I think it's good to have a wise head like that back in the club and the dressing room, just for the youngsters, to keep them level-headed, because, as you say, we're going to a different level. They have to be grounded. You know what I mean? We don't want players to get over cocky themselves and saying we're better than everybody else. So someone like Ashley Young, who's been around the block, seen some great things, it'll keep them grounded. For me, perfect terms on a fitness and playing level, you won't start games, but it's a good player to bring off the bench. 20 minutes to go, you never know.
Yeah. I listen. I'm gonna be open and honest and say, for me, I was gutted when Ashley Young left the Villa. You know, for me, he was one of our biggest assets at that time. You know, I know we had the likes of Stuart Downing, James Milner, you know, a few other guys that were doing the job for Villa. But for me, Ashley Young was the man. He was the man. In that. I think what was it? 2007, 2008, 2009. You know that era. Yeah. Martin O'Neill times.
The Martin O'Neill era.
Yeah. You know, you guys were probably young then. You know, I'm obviously a lot older than you guys and that, but for me, I really thought, you know, if we had kept the likes of Ashley Young, we could have gone to the next level. So I was absolutely gutted, you know, and he did what he had to do, you know, he did what he had to do. Same as kind of like Jack, really. Jack's did what he had to do, but I'm chuffed that he's back. I'm chuffed. I know he's 35 years old, but have you seen some of the pre-season friendlies that he's played in, man? He don't look like a 35-year-old, you know?
He's still sharp.
Yeah. He looks like he's got his legs, so that's what I mean. That, for me, he won't start, but he can come on and he can still do something. He still got it. And he won the league. He won the league, in there.
Yeah, he won the league last year.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. So it brings experience. He brings experience, and he brings with him. He brings a number of positions as well. It's not just like he's a left back. He could be a left back, left wing back, left wing. You know, he can play anywhere on that side. He can play on the right hand side. So he's a utility man. You know what I mean? He's an all-in-one. So yeah, I'm chuffed with Ashley. Yeah.
And then we had Bundia. He signed from Norwich. Lakh, what's your thoughts on?
Wow. Bundia, what can I say? I didn't know much about him at the start, but from seeing certain clips of his obviously during his Norwich days, it seems like he can run at you, he can shoot from outside the box, inside the box. He's got both feet, he's got good technical ability, and he's got pace, and he's got a perfect pass. He can pick out a ball. So for me, he's a cover out for teams to do that work. So he's that player who will do that work for me. I think he's just going to be. For me, it's going to be having Brenda. We're not going to be missing Jack. That's what I look at as.
Yeah. Jaggers.
Yeah. I like him. Emmy. I like him. He looks like he's going to be a decent player for us. He looked like he's come like a season too late. If you know what I'm trying to say, we were kind of missing that kind of creativity in the middle last season. You know, he was.
Barkley. He had a few good days. Don't get me wrong.
No. I think he's going to be great. I think he'll be great for us as long as he stays injury free. You know, from what I've heard, I don't think he's going to be starting against Watford. Supposedly, I think he's a bit injured. I went to the little training session that they held at Villa Park.
Oh yeah.
And he wasn't kicking the ball around or nothing. He wasn't really doing anything really. He wasn't on the training. he wasn't doing any training. So that kind of indicates to me that he might have had a little knock or something, maybe in some of the preseason friendlies.
Didn't he play in any friendlies in the preseason?
Yeah, he did. Remember the Warsaw friendly, he set up those couple of goals, man.
For Watkins, yeah, I remember that.
Some great passes and that. So yeah, I think he's going to be a good player. You know, he'll come through. I think anyone that watches football, you know, not just the Premier League but the Championship as well, and follows all kind of football, knows that Buendia is a good player and he'll come good for us.
Yeah, definitely will. And then third signing, Leon Bailey, very exciting, pacey signing that is. So, you know, I think we always need some help on the wing. Jaggers, let me know your thoughts on Leon Bailey.
This is going to be the one, man. I'm telling you, he's, give him a bit of time to settle in. But from what I've seen of him while he's been at Leverkusen, I'm not a big fan of the Bundesliga, I'm going to be honest, but I've heard his name fly around a few times, and I've seen a few clips of the guy. He's got a lethal left foot, man, you know, and he looks like he knows what he's doing as well. So fingers crossed, man. You know, this is going to be the guy I'm putting my money on. Leon Bailey.
Well, I don't want to disappoint you, but I've already heard. I've told him I've heard good things about him. I've heard he's amazing. He's done good things in Germany, but apparently he's got attitude and he upsets referees and that. So I'm not too sure if that's any truth in that, but it's from what people are telling me.
He seems like a bit of a comedy character from his TikTok and stuff like that. He seems quite funny. He seems like a very funny personality, but I have heard rumors that he can be a bit destructive and sometimes he doesn't play entirely for the team. Have you got any other thoughts on Leon Bailey?
Well, I don't know much about him. So as I say, he's only 23. So he's been over there for a few years. As I'm not keen on Bundesliga, as Jagger said. So I don't know much about it. I'm going to go take Jagger's word for this. I hope he's the one, Jaggers. I'll review on this. I hope he's the one that's going to smash it.
Listen, Lakh, you know me. I've been right on some occasions, but I've been wrong many times as well. You know what I'm trying to say.
You've got that feeling, yeah.
You know, Watkins. I told Mans about Watkins and that he come
good.
Yeah,
you're right. So
you were right about Watkins, but Wesley, come on.
Yes, you're right.
Listen,
you're right.
I
really wasn't a Watkins fan when we joined him. But
I know
my word. That's what I want.
I know you're a big Wesley fan, though. I know you think he's going to come through.
I'm still good that he's going to let him go, man. I'm still hoping that he comes through that. I was so praying thinking that he's going to smash it, but
shit.
But let's talk about strikers. Let's talk about the signing that came out of nowhere. Danny Ings. You know what? Quality bit of business, I personally believe. Lakh, what do you think?
Wow. Last Wednesday when it broke, I was in the Cali. And when it broke, and I announced it, they were like, no, nobody's leaving. I just couldn't get over. I was like, wow, we've just signed Danny Ings. And it's proven goal scorer. Every club he played at, he scored, 15, 20 goals? Guaranteed. So for me, he's a proven goal scorer. He's been around. And what more can I say? For 25 million, that's a bargain. You gave me a little striker that you're going to get 15, 20 goals for 25 million.
Definitely get your bang for buck.
Yeah, definitely. All day long.
Jaggers.
Yeah, man. Love it. Loving it. You know, I think 24 hours, 48 hours before the signing, I was sweating, man, because I was hearing rumours that we're going to get Tammy. And I was like, I know we're all Villa here, yeah, and I know Tammy did great for us in the Championship that season, but I watched a lot of games that season, and he could have got a hell of a lot more goals, a hell of a lot more. And don't get me wrong, Tammy's a good player, but I don't think he's capable of putting a Villa shirt on again. Sorry, but for me, so when Ings was signed, I was firing out WhatsApp messages to Arsenal fans and Chelsea fans. I was like, yo, keep your player, man. We don't need him now. We got Ings. You get me? Arsenal, you're gonna land with Tammy now. You know what I'm trying to say? But
I mean, that goal he scored against us last year, the 4-3. You know what I mean? And he's got that. He does that regular. You put 25 yards top corner. Off he goes.
The guy's a proven Premier League striker. Without a doubt, he's guaranteed. He's going to guarantee you 10 goals at least. He's going to guarantee
15, 20. I'm saying it guaranteed.
No, I'm saying 10.
I would say.
I think Southampton.
Yeah, no. The reason why I'm saying 10 goals is because, you know, he's had his injury seasons and that, you know what I mean? Even if he gets injured, he's still going to guarantee you 10 goals. If he stays fit throughout the season, it's the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit.
There you go.
You know what I'm trying to say? So I think he'll work well with Ollie Watkins as well, man. It's going to be a great combination that, you know, they both work really hard for the team, don't they? You could tell that they run around, you know, unlike certain players that try to just, you know, walk around the pitch and so forth like that. So you can tell these two will put some effort in and try to get the goals for Villa. So yeah, I'm chuffed with Danny Ings, man.
The re-signing of Axel Tuanzebe from United, exciting loan again. Great player for us in the past. Great, a kid with a good head on him. Lakh, what's your thoughts?
Man United ruined him personally. In the 2 years that he's been back there, we could have signed him when we came up Premier League first year. Firstly, we had him on loan for 2 years and he was playing consistency. And for me, from the first year, in the second year champion we had him, to the last year we got promoted, he just improved as a player. He got better and better and better and better. Physically, stronger, faster, understanding the game. And then he's gone back to Man United. They've ruined him and he got an injury, I think, last year or the season before, and he's just never come back. But yeah, he needs to play football. I'd say Mings has got his mistakes too, so he can replace Mings because Konza, you can't take him out of him.
Yeah. Jaggers?
Yo, I rate Tuanzebe. I think he's a sick player. I wanted to keep him. You know, when he was on loan, I was like, don't go back to Man U, man. Come and stay with us, man. He's a player. He went to Man U. Ole promised him a few, you know, promised him the world, like all managers do. You know, you're going to get game time, you're going to get minutes here, this and that. Bro, I don't know whether you guys watched it. Remember him play against PSG when Man U beat PSG? He had Mbappe in his pocket, man. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say? The geezer, he's got the ability. He's sick. He just needs to play. Problem is though, we've got Mings and Konza, who Konza for me was one of the best players for Villa last season. So you know, are you gonna drop any of them, or are you gonna play a back three? So I'm saying back three, but then that means there's less creativity up front. You know, we bought a hell of a lot of attacking players. So how's it gonna all work?
I think we switched it up a bit last season. We played back three. We then went to a traditional, you know, 4 at the back rather than 3 and 2 wingers, wing back. Sorry. So I see it being the exact same again this season. Just keep switching the tactic depending on the opponent.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind. I'm going to be honest. I wouldn't mind a back three. You know, keep it solid. When you got Martinez in goals, and then you got Mings, Konza, and Tuanzebe as a back three, and then you got someone like Cash or Gilbert as wing back, and on the other side, Target or Ashley Young as a wing back. Yeah, I feel sorry for some teams, man. You know, I'm saying sorry for some strikers that are, you know, facing them kind of defenders.
Yeah. Oh, that is good time.
All right, boys. So we're going to the final topic on the agenda. I want to talk about expectations for this season. You know, we've been progressing for the last couple of seasons. Things are looking good with the new signings. Jaggers, let's get your opinion on where we should be at.
Well, I'm going to be honest with our signings and everything. Yeah, listen. I seen Randeep. It was you that posted that article on the group and that. Yeah, you know, the BBC predictions. Mr. Phil McNulty and Villa were 8th. And you know what? To be fair, if we finish 8th, I'll be happy with an eighth finish, man. You know what I mean? You had the likes of Arsenal, Tottenham, Leicester, Man U, Man City, Liverpool. You know, all of them teams above us. But at the same time, I want us to be pushing for Europe, man. You know, and I think every true Villa fan is waiting for that to happen. You know what I mean? And if it happens this season, bang on, bonus. You know, it'll be great. But yeah, eight finish. I think we are getting to that level now. Same time last season, this guy, this Phil McNulty for BBC, predicted that we'd be languishing near the bottom, mate. You know what I mean? That's the kind. But obviously we've made so much progress in the last season. Even though we've lost our best player, he's still saying we're gonna be finishing eighth. And yeah, he doesn't know it all, but you know, this time round he gets it wrong as well. But yeah, I'm hoping at least eighth, man. That's what we deserve.
Lack, what do you think?
Well, that's what most these predicted tables saying eighth around that prediction. Like we jump up from 11th to 8th, that's 3 places. I'll take that, but I'll only take that if we have a cup run and win the League Cup, and that's the place to do it. We've got, as you said, we've got to be reaching Europe this season, so we've got to look at it this way: either we go for the League Cup and have our annual trip back to Wembley, which we missed out on that season. You know what I mean? So I like that Wembley trip. Or top 7, we've got to finish top 7. Top 7 guarantees Europe, but I would like. I'd take top 8 with the League Cup. I'll take that. I'll be happy. I think for us to move on, we have to win a trophy. It's been a long time since we've played for actual trophy. Take the League Cup space in Europe. Why not? Why can't we go for it?
No, I don't disagree. Don't disagree. I think, you know, top 7 is not out of reach. You know, even that 7th place spot, you get that lesser Europa League, whatever. I don't know the name of it, or Europa Conference, or whatever it's called. But still, that's still something. The amount of revenue that will bring in, getting European nights at Villa. I still remember one of the last ones was, I think, against Ajax, Europa Cup. Under O'Neill days, man, the atmosphere was off the hook.
O'Neill days, yeah, that's been a while, man. And what 2000? My son was born in 2008. When did O'Neill leave? 2008 or 8 or 7?
Yeah, around then, Lack. He was around then, yeah.
13 now, so that's what I mean. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, exactly. So it's been a long time coming. Well, especially us winning a trophy. I think the last major one is 1996, unless you want to quote Intertoto Cup.
Nice.
But you know, again, that 7th spot's not our reach. We were just so reliant on Jack last season, and the minute he got injured, it all went downhill. But you know, we've got a much better squad depth now, especially at the back and going forward. You know, I think I would like to see another midfielder maybe come in.
Definitely. Definitely, we need it. I think that's where we're lacking centre mid, and maybe another keeper as well.
A backup goalkeeper.
Yeah, just in case. But I know Emmy's world class, but Jed Steer is not Premier League quality for me.
No, he's definitely not. But at the same time, you know, let's hope Martinez doesn't get injured. I don't think we need to really rely on Jed Steer. Hopefully, if Martinez keeps fit, stays healthy, you know, he's the kind of guy you want it week in, week out. It's goalkeepers. Luckily, you don't have to rotate them as much because they don't, you know, get as tired because they're not doing all the running up and down. So, but I 100% agree. I don't think Jed Steer is Premiership quality, but you know, for me, the next priority should be a centre mid.
Who could you go for? I mean, that Idris Gallagher, PSG is releasing him. Would you have him back?
Ooh, yeah, I mean, he's good, but would he want to come back?
I would. I think I would.
I'd have him, but would he want to come back? You know, he's probably been on crazy money. Obviously, money's doesn't seem to be the biggest hurdle anymore for us, but still, does he want to come back? The last time he was there, you know, Villa Park was a toxic. It was a toxic environment then. So would he want to come back? I'm not sure. Jaggers, who do you think we should get in?
Okay, I'm gonna put it on its head now. Yeah, and I'm gonna say Do we need a midfielder? Okay. Now,
Well,
the reason why I'm saying
who we got centre mid? Who's covering the position? Sanson.
Sanson,
now, for
McGinn.
example, this is what I'm going to say to you. Yeah, just take this on board. We've purchased, in the last couple of seasons, the likes of Douglas Luiz, obviously McGinn's there. We've bought that Martin, Sansoni, Samson. We've got Marvelous Nakamba. That's 4 midfielders already, right? Yeah, Conor Hourihan's going to be going. I don't think Dean Smith's going to keep Conor Hourihan. He's been a good loyal servant for Villa.
Great player.
Great player when needed and so forth. But I don't think he cuts the mustard now. If we need to go to the heady heights that we want to be achieving, so that's 4 midfielders I've named. Yeah. People have got their reservations about people like Nakamba and probably Sansoni. Is he good enough for the Premier League? Because we haven't seen much of him. And I know some people don't really like Douglas Luiz because he can be a bit erratic at sometimes. He's a bit of a miss and matches. For me, he's a brilliant player. I love him, man. I love Douglas, and I knew he was going to come good. He's one of the guys that I told Mans about as well back in the day. He's going to come good.
He's a gold medalist now. Well. Is he probably the first ever Villa gold medalist? I don't even know.
Huh?
Is he Villa's first gold medalist?
Yeah, probably. First.
And our first Copa America winner as well. Every Martinez.
Yeah. Well done to them guys, man.
They've got that winning mentality. Winning mentality there. Everything's on the rise.
Yeah.
So we're going to go for the cup. For me personally, we've got to have a cup run, win the League Cup, play for Europe, guarantee place in Europe, and
look, boys,
the fans there. You will get a your day out.
Look. At the end of the day, we've got within the matter of, let's say, 4 months, we've got Emi Martinez, who's won the Copa America. We've got Douglas Luiz, who's won the gold medal in the Olympics, and then we brought in Ashley Young, who won the Serie A league. So that's three winners. You know what I mean? That we've got
the winning mentality, as Tim Sherwood used to say.
Yeah, there you are. All ready to influence that squad. Possibly, like I said, I don't follow the Bundesliga, so I don't really know where Leverkusen ended up, man. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is, them 3 alone are gonna give so much confidence to the rest of the squad. Yeah, it's confidence alone, bro. It can affect a team's mentality so much. I don't really want to be saying this because it looks like I'm backtracking, but when Jack wasn't playing for Villa last year, right? Our team looked like all over the place.
That's facts.
Yeah, and that's not because of their ability or because of Jack's ability. It was just the confidence. When Jack's playing, everyone got that next level, 2-3 levels up. So when he wasn't playing, it was like their confidence.
But with Jack on the pitch, everyone was going forward thinking because he was doing that forward thinking.
But it's not just that. It's not just that. It brings out the best in you. Sometimes these type of players bring out the best in you.
All day long.
So now he's not there. He's not there now. Yeah.
Sorry, I do think that it also comes down to our tactics. Everything went through Jack. So when you haven't got Jack there, it's like, who do I look for? And then you're looking for Barkley. And Barkley was, I don't know where his head was at or, what he was thinking about. But he was never nowhere to really be. He was never on the ball, really, never on point. So, yeah, I think it comes down to our tactics as well.
Possibly. Yeah, you're probably right, Rand. You're probably right. At the end of the day. But what I was trying to get at was certain players, certain mentality, can bring out the difference in some of the in it just takes It just takes a few words of confidence, a few motivational speeches, you know. So the experience that someone like Emi Martinez had winning the Copa America, this experience that Douglas Luiz has winning the gold cup, the gold medal at the Olympics, and then someone like Ashley Young spreading the words of wisdom as well, and telling about the experiences done winners. It kind of you know gives these players that impetus to we want that, we want to achieve that, man. You know what I mean? So hopefully, fingers crossed, you know, it'll boost these lads, man. But yeah, going back to your question about midfielders, I think we've got enough in the bag already. I don't know whether we need another one. It'll be great to see someone like James Ward-Prowse come in. I don't really know this guy that we're looking from the French league. I don't know what his name is, Doucouré or whoever.
I don't really know much about that guy.
I've read some player with the beginning of C. I can't pronounce Correo.
Who's that? Sorry, lad.
That's your player. His name starts Correo. I can't pronounce it, but from that.
Oh, the Argentinian guy. The Argentinian guy.
Yeah, some Argentinian.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of teams going in for him. So it'll be class if Villa do get him.
He's willing for a lot of players with the money we've got. They know we've got money. Clubs, agents are going to be touting players for us. Personally, right, I still think with that 100 million we've got in the bank, let's go find Pedro Neto from Wolves and bring him together and we'll be able. Yeah. I swear, we're going top six. I'm telling you, Pedro Neto, I'm so rate that player.
He's a good player. I've got no qualms. You know, if we get Neto, then hands down. Do we need another left winger, right winger? Do we need another player like that? You know, or do we need someone?
But the thing is, we've got a lot of good youth players. You know, we just won the youth.
Yeah, man.
I would love to see. You know, we just talked about centre midfielders. Obviously, we've got to big up our boy Arjun Reiki. He's now got his professional contract. He's training with the first team. I would love to see him play, and getting a few minutes here and there. You know, because I think he can break up the play, and he can. You know, he's a bit of a creative force as well. So
yeah. You know,
obviously,
he's one box-to-box player that Villa have got that can probably progress, and that you know what I mean. So hands down. Go on, Ran. I'm going to let you carry on with the youth. I want to hear this.
We still got Ramsey. Yeah. We got Chuck.
Yeah. For me, sorry, you know, this is the problem with them. When you get to my age, you know, you forget what you're going to say. So back to it again. Do we really need another midfielder when you've got the four that are named, as well as Chukwuemeka, as well as
five
Ramsey brothers?
You know, when you play FIFA, you have five cover players. You've got to cover the position. I still think we need. I still think we need one more. Possibly, but you know what we could do? We could wait until January. We could see how it goes. You're right. We could get away with it. We see how it goes,
but January tends to be more expensive market.
Yeah.
January, yeah. You're right.
We got the money, boys. We got the money. It's not the problem. We can do what we want.
Look! What were we saying? Like, let's say, I don't know how many games we're to go. We were safe. We were safe in the Premier League last season. I think, was it 8 games, 10 games to go? I don't know. I can't remember how many games to go. And we were like, we were calling out for Dean Smith to play people like Chukwuemeka, play people like the Ramsey brothers, play them, and give them experience. And in the pre-seasons, he's done exactly that. So, in my opinion, I think he's not going to be. They're not going to be buying another midfielder unless it's James Ward-Prowse and we get him in, brill. But otherwise, I think these kids need to be bred in. You know, they need to be bleeding in, and they will come good, man. They will come good. I've got faith in them. I've got faith.
But I personally don't think they'll break through this year. They're not ready to break through first. I still think they've got to still keep digging away, still keep crawling away at the first team. You know what I mean? They're not ready for it. I don't think.
The thing is, if you're good enough, you're good enough. If you're good enough, you're good enough. Whether you're 16 years old, 17, 18, or whether you're 35 like Ashley Young. If you're good enough, just put them in, man. Put them in. Let them shine.
What we've got, the players, the youngsters ain't quite there yet. They're there. If they're good enough, they'll be there. But they're not quite there yet for me. They're getting there. But as you said, you need game time experience. Would you start with some of the youngsters? That's my question to you. Would you start in them youngsters?
If needed, Look, what was it? Jacob, yeah, Jacob Ramsey. Didn't he start a few games last season and that? He did well, man. Yeah. He did well. He did well.
Okay.
So there's a reason, I think, why he hasn't sent mans like Chukwuemeka and the younger Ramsey brother on loan this season. He sent Barry on loan, and I didn't see Barry in the preseason. So there's a reason why he hasn't sent them mans on loan this season.
Some players need to go to clubs like that and play regular football. It's game time. They need that consistency. They have to get their game to a level where they can play consistent football.
Yeah, you're right.
Very true.
You're right.
All right, boys. So expectations then, Jaggers. Let's. Where do you think we're going to finish?
Oh man, you're putting me on the spot now. But
I can't answer it.
Do you know what I'm gonna say? Fuck it. I'm gonna say I'm gonna get gone for this, but fifth. I'm going for fifth.
Wow.
Love the ambition. Lack.
Wow.
We're
gonna finish top 8, and I thought top 8 for me. Anywhere the top 8, which obviously we're not going to get the Champions League spot, so anywhere below Jaggers is predicted at 5th. Right, I'm happy with that to 8th, but I'd like to have a cup run. I'd like us to go for the League Cup. I really would, because that way, if we don't get the place in Europe for the league, we get it through the cup. Let's go for it. Why not? We need a cup run, I think.
Yeah.
And you, Randy?
I'm going to say 8th or 9th. I'm going to go there, but again, like Luck, need a cup run, whether that's whether that's a League Cup or FA Cup. Yeah, man, we need to be going through the final and lifting it up this time. We've bottled it too many times in the last 10 years when it comes to the final of those two competitions. So, yeah, man, I would love to see us lift that finally.
Big. Yeah. Well, we're a couple of optimistic fans here. You know what I mean? Let's just
You're
make it happen.
You're the very most optimistic. Top 5. Come on, mate.
Someone's got to be 8. Someone's got to be 8.
Oh, well, yeah.
True Punjabi villain spirit. Positivity, so I'm loving it, Jaggers.
Yeah, man. That's the one, man. I like that. I do like that. Jaggers, I'll tell you something. We've been top 5, mate. You're disappearing with me for the week. You ain't going home.
I'm going to be honest. I held back. I was going to say first.
What do you have there?
I was going to say first, but I held back, man. I notched down.
Don't you worry. I'll take you with me. All right, man.
So, Lakh, Jaggers, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, are you ready? It's been great.
Lakh, any final words before we sign off?
No, I've just said this has been nice. It's been great to see you boys. It's been a good catch up. We've covered our topics. Jack's gone, minor. We've got money, great. We've signed the players. Let's just have a fucking great season. Come on, Villa boys!
Up the Villa. Jaggers,
Up the Villa.
Any final words?
Bro, same as Lakh, really. You know, onwards and upwards. You know what I mean? We've lost our talisman, but at the end of the day, we'll always be Villa. We're not a one-man club. You know, like some of these local rivals would call us. We are Villa. So onwards and upwards, and let's keep going, man. Let's get this. Let's get this first place. Yeah, come on.
Up to Villa. Right, boys. It's been an absolute pleasure. Until next time, people. Keep tuning in. You can also just remember you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at Punjabi Villans. If you want to buy some of the merch, we are getting a lot of questions about our merch. Go to www.punjabivillans.co.uk where you can see all the latest merch there. And yeah, tune in. We'll be doing this a lot more often. I know it's been too sporadic in the past season, but it's been an absolute pleasure, boys. Until next time, up the Villa.
Up the Villa.
Have a nice night.